Will you abolish the E-Levy?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, my position on the E-Levy is well known. I do not intend to run from it. I've written articles against the E-Levy. I championed opposition against the E-Levy. I still stand by them. Mr. Chairman, the E-Levy is neither a direct tax, indirect tax, or an excise tax. I don't know how to classify the E-Levy as a tax practitioner. Mr. Chairman, it doesn't mean that I do not recognize that the E-Levy brings in certain revenue. But the fact remains that the E-Levy retards our progress towards a cash-light economy and the fintech. We need to abolish the E-Levy. I have said, and I'm on record to have said, that given the opportunity to abolish the E-Levy. I want to restate that position, that if approved as part of the first budget, I'll be privileged and I will announce that we will abolish the E-Levy as part of our first budget, recognizing my earlier stance and the commitment that His Excellency the President Mahama said that as part of our 120 days agenda, we will abolish the E-Levy. We stand by that, and I can assure you the E-Levy will go within the 120 days calendar that we've announced. Thank you.
Approved. Then I proceed to my substantive. That's all, Mr. Chairman. And thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, for the clarity. And I will proceed. Honorable nominee, I would like to refer you to a publication on the 15th of March 2021. And I want to paraphrase because I don't want to miss any word. And I quote, Ghana today, we are complaining that this gambling is destroying our youth. I've read a number of articles on this. I would have thought that the government will come out with a policy to restrict gambling and to even ban it, he said. And this was a quotation attributed to you, Honorable nominee. I want to ask and proceed on this. Do you still stand by this position of banning gambling and banning betting and all that in its entirety, or now your position has changed? That's what I wanted to ask. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I think it's a very good question, and it's an opportunity for me to clarify. Mr. Chairman, I was on a show with the Honorable Kojo Opon Nkrumah, and the contest must come out. The Honorable Kojo Opon Nkrumah, at the time Minister for Information, I'm sure, had the responsibility to sell a government policy on betting. And he said, I'm surprised you are not bringing that portion. He said that betting tax is being implemented because it is destroying our youth, and that the government is introducing this betting tax he said the government is introducing this betting tax to deter them, equivalent to a sin tax, so that they will not be staking the bet. I retorted on a show being hosted by Evans Mensah on Joy FM PM Express. I retorted by saying that will not solve the problem. That will not solve the problem because I've read a number of articles, and the article presupposes or suggests that it is destroying our youth. And so if you want to introduce a tax, you have to first look at the elasticities, and as to whether the elasticities will mean that imposing such a tax will prevent the individual or the people concerned from the staking of the VAT, of the betting or not. But I doubt that will. And so if you intend doing that, the best option is to ban it and not to introduce a tax. And I said the tax will not solve the problem. Here we are today, I've been vindicated. Has the tax solved the problem as intended by the government? Big no. I insist that that tax must be abolished. And as Minister of Finance, my first budget, I will abolish the betting tax. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member.
That's what I wanted to ask. Thank you.
Thank you.
Especially about the E-Levy and a betting tax and some Yanko, the minister designate for energy. Abu Jinapo na Inkutio no so especially the involvement of a private sector into the distribution and collection. First, a collection of electricity revenue, and I say revenue no sense. So Bekaya, you see you for no dear yaka nano cry ko baby ma ebeto dwa say distribution na econo. You see you for dear omoje mutimi collect pie 40% into 60 no ekohefa. That's the question. Now, the answer problem ne say on say about beto dwa say omo emfa enhemu say omo gi revenue na omo entwetwa IPv4 no eka ansana ombe yusu omo de omo yusu bedu baby no easy for this kana no mo de awasa omo seremu na independent power producers no na omo ho echrom ni nyina ka ho enenei ama energy sector debt no are rising to $3 billion. $3 billion. Before na MPP abuy no take over no said they offer added to Jano na 2.1 billion within 8 years 9.9 billion and almost 1 billion and ababeka ho na yanko yinra Abu Jinapo ono and energy minister designate na yankotio no so and sama or the etu Jano.
This allegation has been leveled against me because I've remained consistent that there should be a private sector participant in the distribution, especially, like you said, billing and collection. When I was deputy minister, I led the process. When Honorable Secretary became my supervising minister, he made me lead the process of privatization. I led the team to India, I led the team to Uganda, I led the team to Kenya to learn from best practices. And so I'm surprised. And let me put on record that I've been very consistent that we need private sector participation at the distribution level, except that I disagreed with the format of the PDS, and I maintain that we can do it better. The ATC&C, I think it's about 23% for the technical, and the remaining is the commercial, which sums it up to the 40%. Thank you.
Yeah,
yes, you have a follow-up.
Yes, a follow-up.
Okay, go ahead.
During transition, you were handed over with a KPMG report of the audit of the operations of ECG. And that report puts the figure at 37.7%. And if the committee will be guided, it is the product of the billing efficiency and the collection efficiency. Can you confirm that to the committee?
I was not handed over a KPMG report, but 37 and 40, the difference is not that much. But I wasn't handed over a KPMG report. I asked a direct question as co-chair to ECG, and they told me that the losses was around 40%. But if you have a KPMG report, I would like to read it to enrich my knowledge. Thank you.
Honorable Minority Leader has a follow-up question on that.
Honorable Nominee, listening to your answer to Dr. Kabiru's question, the impression you create on our minds is that you are not against the privatization of ECG. From what you said, you are against the PDS in terms of the approach. So can you tell us then whether your government is for the privatization, the full privatization of ECG?
We believe that they should
be. Go ahead.
Thank you, Chairman. We believe there should be private sector participation. What we intend to do is to form a 7-member committee chaired by technical experts, legal experts, financial experts, and some industry players, and even somebody from the consumer side. What we want them to do is to get us a framework.
But Yankona, Mr. Timothy Nyamin, on the General Secretary of the Public Utility Workers Union, POO, yen kodin komo omo de krata ababonten edikan abomampeni abaso na afei omo akachen se woman no na kra say a private sector participation in the electricity distribution and collection no woman no na kra yankudin ko team ayi na yemusa papa no sam kakra eno so open good morning.
Good morning, Minya.
Na oho ye de
enyamia da roma
ye de nyamia sepa right ma yeshase from a year kratam de ababonten a mobo mpeni abaso na afei mo ka chense mo ne gina eba se ene mode aye private sector eba be ra electricity distribution and collection of revenue no na afei yahwe right enti me enti wonso wo sa ene krata na ba mate se mo a divergent opinion e wo ma menti e wo sansemi ho
o Minya me da se na me chia chief onyina enra na ye ase awuka no mitise uka na ye troleta abo ompenya baso se nkunima ankupon adawroma wadi abeye yo mampenyi na enum na ye kan se pu no ye ECG ewo ehye pu ase ti na ye kai no se anamontu no a ye no tu mra etwa mu no eno na ye sa ka no se onhwe ni yi na wantie obia se ebia binum beba abeka nsem de ewo ECG na on si abotere no nti na mrepa mu no ye consultative maybe meeting na ye nto adwene na ye hwe si a ECG be eno na ye kan nti abasobo na ye di ma no na ye ka tense o ECG ye the way kwan be fa so a ECG be gina aye kra be hwe e wo man mu no eno 19 na ye chiro
enti in a way no mon so say and a private even invited private partnership about especially the distribution and then collection of revenue or ECG and I say our power no mon so sa
utie paragraph B can say na mami san kan na untin say we can vividly recall the engagement we had with the previous NDC administration regarding the issue of power distributor ECG. Like I said, pool of TUC wishes to reaffirm that its position on ECG privatization and management remains unchanged. And believe the best alternative presented stands as the best for Ghanaians and the stakeholders. And no, you say, now you can't show my opinion. Say, individuals, they were interest. And those interests are private motivated. Already, you know, we are complaining about high tariff, continuously high tariff through pricing mechanism, quarterly pricing mechanism. Now, one share here now a company called Share Obi Sam. Now, no motivate profit. One share that you need to be a cost. They say you know you enter to a dream. Na you share a coin before. Ama bibia akoyi.
Enti mopu no what is your stand? Mo stand na nkasa ne de hi.
Okay, mrepamu no say ya bo mampenya ba so wie. Mrepamu na say of frey ana ye share ye stand no ye beba clear. But never say internet say your bottlenecks be I say abanhwe na ebi omuyi free wa abebua ECG abebua customers abua Ghanaians na pricing mechanism.
Right, enti oka bottlenecks na what are some of these bottlenecks mo recognize mo hunu say eno na hinder the correct working of a ECG ne power distribution in Kronebano.
Okay, so meaning one say so organization organization a government entity. Now say government entity no one ma the management one more KPI say munye we say ni say. Now say most of the time no there's government interference in a lot of issues are. And no amount of free hands and me operate.
Okay.
Say who say who call Jum akoto adie. Now say instead of we call Kantamantu, I call compete with Nkrofo ato nyoma ebia eye correct so ni boy kakra. That's some guys so call say supermarket. On says supermarket no man much share that. It's just a matter of going to pick it at once. What they are saying. So they should be giving some free hands to operate. And normal baby so I no we will discuss it and then you'll get to know about it.
All right. Maybe some because I'm for the subo ebo mu titru say mutimi distribute power no right by revenue collection na akoye bibia ewo ho enti na mambusa we de subo no ebo mu semu na mama na basa enti na mambusa sa question.
Mini what I say revenue collection no idea ye consume power no a menu ye enti ye de bia ye namful make us say matisa easy management and announcement say omunko enko digi discount so that we can keep the power on. What I say I deal in this situation, you know, anka yetiwa nanka you say omu opota di omu DTS kan anka onka motia. But say yankwa anko tia enu nyina ya simpi onye ebefa menu nyina so say ebi abosomi su na say bill no ba immediately na ya hwe na ya tia na scanner.
Are you not sure, sir, possibly you are treating those Amoye defaulters with kids' gloves and more that opportunity to do what they are doing?
Oh, okay. Okay. To be very fine, this is the question for management of ECG. But so long as I'm aware, it is like just refusal to pay. Why we share the utility industries in Africa, for that matter, Ghana, all of them they default in paying. So obeto adiana say nisikati ono na abeya asem enti obi consume electricity awia ebia wo hwe no krampo wo ko disconnect so awon nti because we don't have any stringent laws of penalty for those who even default after some number of men. We share to say your neighboring country Cote d'Ivoire say indebtedness to public utilities is a crime after a number of names. What is saying in this our Ghana? What? And you say, oh, let's try and just go and make do a standing indebtedness.
All right. Now, Mama Safan Kwachi Kakana here, and it's a PDS buy. I won't say you want to do baby na a questionable kakra, but Ghanaians were happy with the way now don't you think, sir, it's time now for this privatization? A bit me about room na abwa. Emma Saboton next year, can you a bit me free?
Now, PDS buy no when you say who follow here. The PDS no. They were selling their power. Now, they said they were not paying the IPPs. What you say now? And then what can you say? Oh, and then we could just kind of IPP. I said,
okay.
What you say?
Okay.
There are a lot of dynamics. Say we shall discuss. We want to have a discussion. And yeah, they will be back because immediately we want to sell ECG. What? We all want the best for Ghana. What you say? We all want the best for Ghana. Now say, oh, sorry, so we want to sell it out within a particular. Now, well, we are watching. But say we all want the best for the country, for the interest of the country, not for any selfish interest. And it's not a matter of just getting up. So, oh, I want to dispose and say, unya say unya fumu say ye ntinu
say a form no dos say super beauty you know and say be ya next time on full view
still our unya what they say now we don't
to you there you won't for ton so because you think that the tone will not help the situation.
And I'm make my canon say we shall have engagement and we all agree on the way forward. Then you want say my boy bakum the Nubia trail.
No problem. You yet was say tell you be na senku around the other the brofo na tuum na yeko Okay. And mo here broader consultation and what have you?
All stakeholders.
All stakeholders.
Everything on the careers.
Inti, Mamuso, what has kept this for that long? This problem have deviled this make us say electricity no ewoga. And then because broader consultation, you said that is the problem. Why couldn't we have done it earlier? Now ya try do this their situation and sana possibly sanema we ever.
Me I want to say me paragraph 3 no me can say it is however refreshing and heartwarming to note the enthusiasm. Okay, so we have observed with keen interest comments, recommendation, and suggestions that need to be taken to sustain. We say they are investor interest groups. So we say potential. Everybody want to scheme to get it. One say one for to okay. In the various interest groups, also expert. No, what can we? But say if you want to move forward, you do not talk bad about somebody. You just let us put the cards on the table and then see how best. You see what you are saying. Is the interest conflict of interest situations? Do
we have solution in sight?
Oh, there's a solution. Once you see a problem, there's a solution inside. I'm telling you.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying that you cannot just come immediately and say, "Oh, wait, I've seen the problem. I want to do this." No. Just no. In fact, let's reserve my comment for the meantime now. So that
okay. All right. Opening Timothy Nyame, General Secretary of the Public Utility Workers Union, and Yanino AD and Komono. Oshe Aya Mo Facebook so and some no kotu and a krata omochro making kind. Paragraph 4, and Okotuyo said, we have observed with keen interest comments, recommendations, and suggestions that need to be taken to sustain the energy sector using information available to them without providing any proof of success or stakeholders' engagement they have undertaken to arrive at a conclusion. And no paragraph. Wano ekotunti openino na wote se yenino edin komono nti mamenkenka omokrata no ni nyina na afei yentoaso ewo hanom say or say press release congratulatory message to His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama. Or say the Public Utility Workers Union of TUC Ghana, PUO of TUC Ghana, congratulates His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for your election to the highest office of the President of the Republic of Ghana after a resounding victory on December 7, 2024. As the union with membership mainly in the utilities and housing sector of the country, we are ready to collaborate with government in finding permanent solutions to energy, housing, and water situations and at affordable cost to Ghanaians. It is, however, refreshing and heartwarming to note the enthusiasm of commentators and other interest groups attempting to offer solutions in addressing the energy sector challenges. For that matter, the utility concerns of Ghanaians. We have observed with keen interest comments, recommendations, and suggestions that need to be taken to sustain the energy sector using information available to them without providing any proof of success or stakeholders' engagement they have undertaken to arrive at the conclusion. PUO of TUC Ghana is not unaware of many interest groups locally and abroad when it comes to investment in the power and energy sector. We are also aware of many who paraded the corridors of power, interested. Corridors of power interest. Okay, me fa de akano and twaso emfa emamum. In UCG in the past and have metamorphosed and resurfaced to continue their game. We can vividly recall the engagement we had with the previous NDC administration regarding the issue of the power distributor, ECG. PUO of TUC Ghana wishes to reaffirm that its position on ECG's privatization and management remains unchanged and believes the best alternative presented stands at the best for Ghanaians and other stakeholders. While the power distributor is heavily controlled and managed by politicians, We have continuously expressed our disquiet on the cost of input in running the power sector, which will invariably be factored in electricity pricing. Pool of TUC Ghana wishes His Excellency John Dramani Mahama the best in your tenure and promise to work closely with your administration through your ministry in assisting to find solutions to the challenges of ECG in a sustainable manner. Once again, receive our congratulations. Yours faithfully, for Pool of TUC Ghana, Timothy Nyame, General Secretary. Nache se en sama mode atudwa ni nyina na ene papa no edi ho enkomo wa hanom se eba electricity no obi akabi baby wo vested interest nti omoba omde om interest ni mom ena eba sense omo ebeka ade ne pote se de ewo se ye ka no nti aban nya adaje na nka omo entoato adwene ne hu kwan pa ebetimi ede electricity afaso se be ya oman ne moka na oboya bo aye politicians obo se ba womo de omo frafra omo control na masa ne mani nyina enso ekoso. So what is the way forward? Yankone ensentia era abuginapo afi yemra na wafa emfa na no ento ensem no ebi.
For when we were leaving office, the debt stock consolidated was close to 2 billion. Fortunately, I have a document summary of energy sector debts and lenders. In August 31st, 2017, the ESLA PLC got a full audit of the entire energy sector debts. And Mr. Chairman, I refer to page 17 of the document. The total energy sector liability at the time was 9.4 billion cedis. They themselves used an exchange rate of 4.4. If you use this exchange rate of 4.4, the debt had then moved from about 2 billion to 2.1 billion. So let me put on record that as at this time when the debt was validated, the debt was 2.1 billion. Mr. Chairman, with the greatest of respect, I'm happy this question has come up because I've heard some people bundling figures of $5 billion. That is inaccurate. This public record is before Parliament and can be verified. Currently, I had the opportunity to chair the Energy Subcommittee of the transition team. At the last meeting, it came to light that the debt had ballooned to 2.5 billion as of 30th September 2024. Yesterday, we had a final meeting, and the reconciled figures, as I had it, was $3 billion. And so, as we speak today, the official figure I got from the Ministry of Energy, the Energy Commission, and ECG indicates that the debt has ballooned to 3 billion. But let me quickly add that the Energy Sector Levies Act raked in about 45 billion cedis. And so that paid part of the interest on the principal of 9.4 billion. But then comes
Mr. Chairman.
Right, you're saying Abba, but yes, I'm Kwabena, Professor Eric Otin Abeye, Professor of Economics, Ken UST. Na yenkodi enkomo emfa taxes, abolition of some of the taxes, E-Levy, betting taxes in Kwabena no yenhwe. What implications are there for Ghana? And then IMF Minister Dr. Gideon Bwakuma Basay IMF conditionalities in Kwabena nti untimi about yenkodi team the experts on that direction. Good morning, Prof.
Good morning, KOD.
Na mepacho umpomboko de.
Nyamiatum.
Yede nyamiase. Adarma, meyenhwe taxes enho enkro ne ba. My education kakra. The essence of taxes, how taxes are supposed to be, the situation with taxes with a country, how are they supposed to go hand in hand to help development of a nation?
Yo, adeɛ baako a wɔsi mu sɛ afibie mu no aban no kenkan yesika semaya efene budget baby ebenya sika free ene ekwan ebefa so edi sika no ede aye bia mpomto djuma enti mfie kakra atwam na eye Fourth Republic here woman in a budget we bring here ready ebedu afibi mo no na edi aga na yakọ join ni IMF normal boabo ekwan ebefa economy no ebetimi atu sifapim aban bi asoso ba ono awo taxes or raise ya ebema otimenya revenue sika na odi aye ni hihye ya ewo ho ejidi sem komo edi atofo na sem okan enra
atofo sem no kan no
enti taxes de aye to de nkomam bia no ewo wiase bia beko na ni bia eto to aye taxes ne ya de ba ko a ewo se ye hihye ni ye bro, kind of tax administration and tax revenue mobilization. Ghana has said, Ushemo, yenya ye taxes power or formal sector. Yes, sir. But you were a large informal sector. You more, you could get before amongst the new registration. And so, we call you a Joe Money idea, a be a coin be so much tax. But Father Dormedia, Omuntia be cry.
Okay.
In Yama. A drew time I was buying a nation a coin of so edi sika expenditure. Now, what raba? In the very bones, I was buying cobo bossing a beso the revenue when you're sooner. And on a day, ya call a tia and Sigana, ya bobosias a dear near day. Any part of now soon to tax.
Okay.
Now, Ushemwa, yeah, yes, taxes she say, yeah, buying a chair, we beat it vehicle tax, we be careful.
Emission tax,
emission tax, no, dear. And sa tax no parliament approve, ABM fear be no uber quacoreno. Not target, yeah, this year, Nizusenka, sa a twashi share and a discovered brand, not Andrew. Not assign the ABA or how Kakraba or Ma or Mutia sat one. And no, na politicians not to need send nuisance taxes.
Okay.
Yeah, a day how ba. Enti yeshemwa ye call IMF no post COVID no. And she said be by being e-levy, electronic tax levy. No. They will send you any electronic transaction, a bini momo, be a bank transaction. Wako bank, I will send this cash and will be account to. They will say, we chat work a crack. Now, a buying to me, says he cannot, no, the end in Shishaye. A be a ketia ceremony, be a input to Juma. Now, no, a buyer, no, and wabo bo, any idea, HSA, ya, and yes, you mu ye says our tax, no. A bit me ama ye sika dodoa ye pe na ama aban ho ahenha no ye friend of physical space.
Okay.
Na aban timi nya sika no de aye ne mpom to djuma. Enti me amegina o me so me tro article for ho te say well ye lead but ye 30% ni ya e bi kra ye betimi nya revenue e pe. Nanso so that minister na no ho no penny the intem nti yem say was a rate no so pa ama transactions say electronic transaction no GDA woman say article from
problem I'm so in a way no the e-levy itself no, was not the problem but quite fast wa implementing no
me dem GDA sir
okay
say quite fast implementing na nye mo ko say enu ebe mu a about 6 billion or so and just less than 10%.
Yeah.
Of course, we see a grow a chance. In fact, revenue raising the cost of the and so and the Padodo na GD say the effect of the tax, it be the employment case. Or more agents say so munya a volume of transaction and no munya. If you say baby and Nankasika send it to me kono, say any private send this kakra no junior honey tax will be 20 no sikanem ko wa first it is sometimes we had the social impact no and yet only the revenue impact now your assessment now we bet me tax we there me ya ban am or me ye free
okay
and no na ato forcing any na so for afie nhwehwemu mu fi so mo de aban am abai die Omufi say embo omo e wo revenue target into be year free.
Okay.
Ebi so ne betting tax. Betting is an addiction tax. Betting is a bad tax. Oko Australia and Canada in particular. One of the issues we're dealing with, especially with the youth.
Okay.
Because our mental health problems. And the best thing sometimes is to raise the tax so high. Now be a disincentive to involve yourself. It was Jumadi no chat one.
All right.
Betting.
Okay.
And the incidence of a tax, why not a 20 canopa? Ye the 20 bar, why a canopa? Into your mom will chat betting. Sa buying fee say, Sa betting channel and yadia ya, a 2 things said that to force and come back. No, Uchum, a case illegal. And ye, a Kobiaba no so be established betting a year, put me case me my license.
Okay.
And now be man license to swap. No one catch and say age group will be any class or mobile. I shall Ghana high intimate regulatory side, no.
Okay.
I took forth and say, or modi or my buy mono, or more please say, in Yinaya, and in the share betting tax, no. Objectives, no, and you're correct.
Okay.
And ya dear now buying no. The yes, ABA or the reduce and cranny or my ancestor mucha betting, no. And no says anete the umbi for no nebe more revenue. And pass so no, o share revenue that tax in generating in a target. Yenya. It is a yes, and she say, we dear, yet me flow. Name mo be ye free or no. No bita say. And hina menya sikafu fro. E dia be share kakrampo na we no E-Levy ne betting tax no ye den. Edeba.
So enoni asem no. Okay.
Nti ba ko no say mahama ban yi wa yen hihye say or be run efficient government. Nukremu ni. So otimi this asem ne so a expenditure ko ministerial appointment, CEO appointment ne ade e kai boss ankra won. Enke so betimi ate. Se wo kai a Emra oforiata ye say omobe raise E-Levy no me data per revenue no. Ye catch some sa denti no monte the number of ministers in so ade. Na e ka ye bo mo ho no. Ye mfa no mo meye revenue assurance am yen.
Okay.
Mahama buying police system in na face so other agencies in there so may reduce the appointees. Jubilee custom reduce appointees.
Prof Adam and Petro betimi a position we kakra ma Adam menya some HSB wo kasa num to Adam.
Okay. Pacho
eye pa.
Enti so mutimi yes revenue assurance no baby a leakages will be a corruption fight one of the things that Mahama so obeye ora. So mutimi normal recover na afesu so omo aban no so corruption bia mbema na reduce to corruption dey mean say beba na reduce to
okay
hospital revenue assurance
okay
but the chat one they say Ghana ehye IMF ehye ase ye wo conditionalities utie ato person ano a onumpo aka say bibia to turn up come here approve as a minister na ban juma no start here Omumpolo sa go back to IMF. And your man you know. A extended credit facility a woman no every MPP aban be CNDC aban so no. Omoko so betimi aye negotiation na bia conditionalities ni bi oma aye they are relax ya ma ye ne ade a ombepe. Ye to so mienu. Omo pese omo sa ko IMF kuro ya ho ni bia World Bank no mo ko pesi ka foforo. E de be so aban asone. We are buying our promises there. Omobele thing taxes.
Yeah.
But the idea of being sikafo for abeshim no say yedin na we call IMF or there and na from MPP to NDC no difference bia and shed am. Ye be call IMF no more. Okay, 2017 MPP buy near IMF. Ombe catch there say we IMF and in a bar so see a IMF no for ya that now swa na wanko and no ko na ayeli ama be nya haircut nya de ni na
okay
so atuso and as I say atuso so aka say almost half IMF e de na wo kope.
Now, Prof, you can say no. Once the country a war ahuhiemu, what other way? Matis wakase obe expanded the tax net no near here. You hear informal sector said the only can do you go on ma won't you cry. Minim and your expertise and I said the expertise in which way ni bit me are extending sebaya ibenya a number of people bet your tax ebia sanemeya abayine bekwa my friend kron ban ye betimi afri ho.
O man no ye wonoma bia ye so ye nhwe so nye. Baako ye proper tax administration and business registration.
Okay.
Ke wutu kwan a ibi Ghana akra be bi e bo ho. Enso wutu kwan a king crowd to be ma receipt.
Okay.
The tax agency making sure say even every small business ye be ma what we call POS. Uto bibi na generate receipt amount.
Okay.
Enti ni kwa say bibi ti say GRA. Omoma omani nyina ko sikadije no nko aso. Also 20 businesses through registration.
Okay.
Said now digitization of residents and digitization of all businesses. And was said your cost near cheap businesses in buying database.
Okay.
And know you're number one. Number two, I businesses in movie call online. They say you would call a platform via Facebook, they say he na ukoji tax in every. Nti no nebe man ka bibi ti say E-Levy no na nke ho hia because we dey am send the payment no through an electronic means.
Okay.
Je kakra. So be here no through a be then. Nti e won also almost strengthen also nti every business online must also be registered.
Okay.
And be audited.
Okay.
And no say GRA sha see no many cost for tax administration in Ghana a week. Honestly speaking. And almost what the afia starting ombeko jom stores ni na tax for no omko say afi we tax na bit ya okay o tax be 100 o dem am 50 now so for 50 on
corruption no money na sefo na ewurawura mu
eno na aban etwa mu no de saa QR code ni ade ba ye so obi a be tua tax no online eno nti na omo boa me digital omo omani anje was Mahama buying so much no yire no honya sa sika wo no eno so wo nye dey onya. These are some of the alternative ways that I was here until we register businesses. Even business cry registered no until we monitor them through the digital base no. Omo betimi avoid the tax by not posting all revenue omunya and our profit omunya. Easy.
What you are saying what you are saying, meaning, say, young Ghanaians now need to change our attitude towards the tax system. Yeah.
And I make one year, well, until seeing Yasa nationalism, patriotism, I did subscribe our tax administration and money West, and say, you are centralizing the meanwhile, your districts, metropolis, and what do you call it, municipalities. By local government tax laws, they are empowered to also collect local government revenues. And so GRA no more GRA instead of mobile year together because central government na ya buy no opeso just can meanwhile won't mean there be a can be property tax or business building taxes. We be in Ghana because some only these buildings, the same politicians were taxed.
I see.
And yes, sir, as some corona be free, NDC are buying by MPP, are buying by NDC, are buying by MPP, are buying some by NDC, are buying. Be the same story.
Now, per what information I want to say, Osha taxes no combined there. Finance Minister Dexter is around 10 billion Ghana cedis. Now, say aggregate 10 billion Ghana cedis. Na ye be ye free. Couldn't it?
Ebia, omubenye bidia ede ashim.
Fortunately, for instance, road tolls are back.
Yeah.
And the MPP NDC are buying a water cry, not on the baba. And also, you had the Okemukena. Not need you foreign cars and big cars that can see and Namia Council more than you rate your money. Now you're moji a funnel through more.
Proviaka road to you, see. Figure by NTMA MPP for you free honum. That's a 78,000 Ghana cedis pe. Na enti omobo. Yeah, no correct. Anyway, na me
when internet scanner a local government tax part and contractors to sue them. It is cannot be brave were diverted.
Oh, okay.
In fact, from a buying to a buying, it is known, not MPP government in Co.
Okay.
And no so here, and I may consider there is weakness in tax administration and tax collection.
Okay.
Yeah, and see if you hold you now, you can't even a leakage. They will call politician about their campaign.
You're quite Anna.
No credit. But here in a Kambuma, near Boa by now, if he
I see. What Casa Cassia okay, mostly Oma now more free Ghana hako other foreign countries in Asifon. And said the former finance minister Kano Foriata Eka Senka Omo Enya who be bim and no ebedane at who you should Vietnam Nasa ha say Uko Vietnam Nasifon and Kadu Tuna, the wit yanko. I may not so bedane some for our Ghana Hanum.
Roto dear. Would do road toll booths beer all across the world that they are rates for different cars. Because some impact on the road are different.
Yeah.
Especially those axle load cars, big ones. They would do Tech Junction, one who find the way Siamwa. One more find the use road on it as a cars at the empty. Sometimes you can't no a year na ye when she went to keke. Then so that one I was here near to need a repair road no. Until we a car here now ya road no chief free tema. Edi abesina ko Niger. Near Joe Kessiasin. You know two car. Maybe say me two car free me to see a woman this number. In Fasubium. Not also be true road enough for so 100 times a day. Inti yentimi ntuape. Inti sanchi share differences in rate of payment in it there. Eni kwase eko ewiase baby asa na etie. Na emo maybe a spoke no. Ene o se ehwe ni yi. Na yehwe. And I set technology so bem. Oh, omo waste me part time e wo toll booth no. Yeah, omo timi digitalizing na. Yes, simple technology. Omo be ka kire o. Uduru one ma what chadada. Tech. Once you were exit barrier or bomb gate. One of the practice who call Legona, you will be or who take it for the whole year. Near the sticker bowl glass. Who do one be a mouse sweater? Unchaya, who drew MBA mount. Who do New York? Having a bridge. The same thing. Most countries in Europe, the same thing. Who do another Uchamako? A few places, it's all you new in the area. And maybe I want to take it. Who drew airport? Prempeh the second airport, Kotoka airport, Tutu be Urema, Akopakia, and then who shall take it?
That's right.
I see. Technology. You see the Uremo. Near to me the JJ near the young Pumpu.
Yeah, share these luxurious cars no one and some no so na yen share. We say and also one some by say mom use luxurious cars no and car taxes and for mom you different than and croneba and no so a resi issue. Minim your opinion about that. Some ya Ghana in his car. Should we bring those ideas now in France for yata the buy in B1?
Oh, there be. Yeah, for yata no. VA tax, VAT tax, engine tax, wrong. For instance, the value of a car, they say, are you moving from even fossil fuel, petrol cars to EVs, battery cars. Emission is very low, but these are very expensive cars.
Okay.
But cost much to the environment.
Okay.
For sure, be true. Or call road where the crowd, on call be crowd. Utiaba ko so pena bebia yesu. Na de yare ebro bia. Ono no any do use EV car ne board. Why no so tia kese.
E di o ka say environment ne kese yes.
Honest, the environment in the casino also tia kese. And until no say the sun at dia. Uko roadway the near check you near to emissions was ra utia kese. Into the be a bit keep on car come on. The more you emit, the more you pay.
Yeah.
So
see.
In fact, Ghana has somewhere to my community already. No more sticker for emissions one. That's for me who not tell area or no my enemy. The emission a bubble. Ain't Saturday say, oh, we should V8 into one check. V8 how much emissions no there or pollute the environment. Their cars are even better. But Ukovinia share a sa pragia, aboboya, and even Okada, or more wasted energy and more pollution to the environment than anything. Another nuisance on the road, causing more accidents. Or no, it was so clear more. Or more delay traffic. I was so much more. And see, sometimes I was saying, yeah, research that there were efficient means of public transport, and all those things, they should be off the road.
All right.
Maybe they can go to the hinterland and support where traffic is less and cutting some roads to some important places, but not in the central business district and certain places.
I see.
And okay, Uber traffic will be a normal and 50, normal change. So there was here those things, no rather that behavioral aspect. Near the certain taxes than to say to be support start to coordinate. No. For instance, me say me use car is all right. The reason why I'm using car is because the be a road near bad. You should car to be an ass, yeah, say. And I'm a force I go car here. And not just a car. Come on, let's go. You can't, but there be a man round. I acquire my cars into my bomb invest in a bigger car so that may okay.
That's right.
And for most people, they be almost road they invest in that car apart from politicians and they can't manage free working. And no back on oh, I was here.
Okay. Right. I feel government institutions na se for no say ye pekwa betimi afa so arrange revenue. Sometimes sika bi etumi ko rura ba bi sika tua bi ne nkro ne ba ni nyina. All these things meaning your opinion about that there. But to the ordinary Ghanaian any omo mutiga mu hu say e bia eno so kan bi enema sabi sika wo se nkenya de bo man ho bra no entimi enkos. Meaning your opinion about that there.
Oh, earlier on my talk about expenditure rationalization on government appointees and government ministries and all those things. I also almost share expenditures. Unim said, Assembly could be about through transition team. Some of the budget items that some of the ministries and agencies are sending, almost say, for a number of years and change either, even from former Mahama government to MPP. And no answer finishing as more budget normally almost the same. It's actually not those agencies in here, no. And you're far less than what they were posting. And I'm saying, Mahama Sobe ran an efficient government. You share a lot of the attachment that goes with appointment.
Kessben.
My quality from IMF and World Bank, we are minister. You are not super driven and those things near cannot compare. A lot of the attachment to appointments, I'm gonna duty and to be a copebino. I was a favor.
Okay.
So we a CEO of state-owned agency. I was here amount be a friend performance contract. A CEO I would immediately pay saying president of the nation. President G about 32,000 a month. Next EOG 80,000 a month. Why? It shouldn't happen.
How come?
How come? Any question to baby other. That when we the CEO UK. The chief of staff was getting more pay than the woman who could resign. I tell that out.
Yeah.
Any question see that? I was saying Mahama paid that receipt will be as long as you're in comment. So now, first, so that CEOs, you know, so who make laws are you? If you pegging the pay was somewhere 20,000. Makasa Finumuson now when your profit I'm a buyer, ABI amount some percentage as commission or 13th month pay.
All right.
But it is state-owned agency. Obi a prayer CEO, a board member. Why? Whether you lose or make profit, you get paid. And their entitlement is sometimes even more than that of the president.
Yeah.
And that deals. And there were a lot of state-owned agencies and agencies like that. The only has All
right.
Okay. Now, yes, it's
all right. Hold on. May as a Obusa question. Co-host Obusa question back.
Prof, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I was once your student, so many pay, AD and Kobe. Prof, Asema Okasi, a honey here me pa. Yet number of ministers so cut down expenditure. Kamia say ubia obey government appointee biano ye mano V8 Land Cruiser. They say ade aya we hokora ne say so free crying ebe kumase ana okota krade a ono no fro aeroplane ba na wa man driver no a driver Land Cruiser no through land abehia no e de aye dwuma wo ye nyina wi a wasa fly by plane akọ na Land Cruiser no so afa fom akọ petrol no yom neto driver nyo netua neka bi susu ye say it's time say the okay say ke ye minister CEO a etua o car na wo wato bibia in that way no ke be cut down expenditure nyasa na obi e use bi uji fuel free na ya ma driver na ade dia ye tete ministers so kra all the appointees also get the VA Land Cruisers na e car Land Cruiser ba akobọ no enya agro ohunu say.
And no one can wait the way to sit in crown amami. So a lot of entitlement should go off. Anything amount for Rashidi almost CVs. You can't say CVs I could do Jubilee House. 4 a.m. car park I am almost the home from mobile plan ATPA. A incentives and interest.
More there.
So if you cut son your way no money from my own said, oh yes, I have a sacrifice. And you to one check a crack. Yes, kakra de beko fie di obenya. But sadly, I say you are almost on the problem of the country. Untia like the water bill. Or cook. It is what we hear cook umpo. I mean, sadly, your man. What's here? In fact, many just say, Mama so be what constitutional reforms. But any question yet get the constitution. It must go down to the Civil Service Act and all those places. And yet, sir, you did not be a baby. I cover bushing free and beside her. Saying almost see your mobile munchish yet. He and her swing as simple as that. Maybe a don't be example. And so, but the Hunia Pana and for example.
Prof, now, okay, baby, fa CEO Salmo Jacketia, Eche Mampeni. Say Obagana, Cocoa Board, Snake Bank of Ghana, Numina Yagrokra. But uno mudin koma de omo kan say obi a governor of Bank of Ghana and I be a CEO of Senator ye pegin entitlement no to be a sovereign Ivory Coast Nigeria and it is quoted in dollars say be a the CEO of the Central Bank of Bia Ivory Coast na Nigeria or be a $25,000 e o say the ono Ghana ha no wono so nya the equivalent enunti na tisa eno no kra bi umza.
Me assure say sanity.
Okay.
Me assure say sanity. Some of the positions, especially sensitive positions like Bank of Ghana, it's more or less paired to entitlement international agencies in the edge. P1, P2, P3, P4, P6 scales. Yes, but if the pay is there, there are also entitlements. How far should we go in the extra entitlement? Sometimes the entitlement is even more than the pay.
Yeah.
See? So many of them because you are mepeo. Many beji and I'm also being over many beji.
Auntie, a baby our opposition. No cassette yes, anime, but also by power on
na I any day. Inti na wo say eya ade bia ye ti ehun si o say ye changes across. And yes ye target. So is there can you be twan be Bank of Ghana boss or benya nanka Addison ko. So all because we are pay no any entitlement. Because of the credit more bad. So it is the cross border because we are paying from a budget. And not the war and I would meet the AEB. Now, yeah, they know about now we be so young to Juma dia. Share appropriation or more, yeah. Payment for compensation. It took almost everything.
Yeah.
Plus interest on debt. It took almost all the appropriation. Except it was serious case at hand. Yes, of course, across most countries, compensations is high, but the returns, that is, generated more minus also near high. Into the gap is small. But in Ghana, we pay so much into this compensation, and yet what is generated in return is into Afibia no near Kukakoyenim and Sasanda. So, Obi were Jumam on Yashi, virtually nothing, because you're far no politician being a far no. They say NDC are by Kofobi freelance in the US, or Montana Chroma that bear for 17 years now, dear, or Maba Chroma, ever pay USD. Meanwhile, what US as a UK hono, a prapran or you. And send them politics into almost TV, I bet you, see the Chromo Mutual. Inti, a debia, I was here ready. Now, she said, maybe Mahama has a golden chance to do a lot, and we pray, saying, a coupon mano. Indians and all from Bumina that way because 4 years back. By the second year, campaign starts again, and Rubo Sibia Mania into an in 2 years' time, 2026, 27, or Mubo the campaign. Now I buy on home the pro, tell me Korean Bibia Basa. And he as Nimanimia no so be changes our me in them. You support the man. And I know the can 120 days a promise in the
Professor Eric Otin Abeye and a Kessben media that was CP and a Nimdia only ache. Yamenka home.
Oh, come on, so. But I'm for coin so. Now, member at 2 4 but so I am madam for what I am a student.
Oh, okay. Okay.
May head of department.
Oh, okay.
Economics.
Yeah.
And he said, Department of Economics, Yamanamo, any Jumapa, or Jenny Baby, Dinakwa could draw.
All right.
I mean, Kanahona, Nioma, Yadia Senimuno, Uncle Danedi, no share any Munyam.
Prof, what it in Nipa? What it in Nipa? I was in the Department of Actuarial Science. Because Kakara Botre, no one good so idea.
All right.
I'm sure.
Prof, that's CP, I'm sure. Right. Professor Eric Otin Abeye, Professor of Economics, Head of Economics Department.
You see?
No,
training at Forcing. No, say at Forcing is the finance minister. To say the Obeje, you know, at all.
Juma.
That Professor Otin is a fine brain.
Oh, okay. Now I said the Okasana.
So I tell you the end.
Yeah.
Who say a consono? Otono was a pa at the platform.
That's right.
Because I say those days now unemployment some year very high and it made a very nice submission.
All right.
Say unemployment in a year bra. You cut it down education, secondary education from 7 years to 3 years.
3 years. So the people be school. That period, it was for a purpose.
Yeah.
Almost a G amount for good. At the Oko school, we know not just a species baby. I better no about Bishim.
This year, my Nippon we intend. All times I will be quack who uses for
6 for my son, national service, and son of
university. Says, I near man can't be the man. You've no back out on tentem.
Yeah.
Dinner say ye who be.
Anyway, you didn't know
your budget no buy binyano.
Anyway, we didn't come with right into about my messages on the Kakrana Fay, of your Sabu running some of any room. Now, you're discussing. Kumensa Pillar 2 Dome Kwabena constituency MPP. This is not the end, it's an opportunity to rebuild, recharge, and return stronger. Amen. On also, Edia Ode Abre and pay and no. We see Lawrence Wache, Yetafro Buche, Asoren Quanta, Asinia, and Oben Unity Oil Filling Station. Good morning, Kyori. The chairman of the Appointments Committee of Parliament must respect the opinions and rights of the minority on the committee and should stop the intimidating, arrogant posture. All right. Also, Odia Ode Abre and pay and Suno. Alan Cash, Ewo in Swatre. I say, please, I want you to educate me on small. Please, John Mahama, is he the 4th president or the 6th president under the 4th republic? Or you're the 6th president under the 4th? Or no one another 4th president? No, I'm a 6th president. That is it. And so, Alan Cash, that is it. Ma Yemrura and Senubi, you call Parliament House, you who Abu Jinapo, you who Kessel Atoforsen, or the Niama Hudu Baby Tuja, or the Atuja say, and nay, Nabane Bar, or be in the position on the E-Levy, or be in the position on the betting tax and current bar within the 120 days or more. Yene profs were doing extensively about our tax system and a quaya, your first boy, a bra. Oh, yeah, member. And now ECG phone so issue no, and so mammy too.
But before then, no, said me kind no. Krata free or Mampeni, executive secretary home. Dr. Kalitus Mahama ho Abatre said the CEO of Minerals Income and Investment Fund.
Okay.
Jen Fran MIF.
MIF. Okay.
Unumejuma moye. Omejuma ne sese bia. Obeye mining project kese. Now here sika. Omutimi ma bosia. Be a $5 million, $10 million. Now, the aye project no.
Okay.
Then you pay back and they almost ye juma pa. When you order a jumana no.
Uncle Pen baby.
My penny say, my meno, say the abbey. This a buy us
appointment. And the appointment is this will be crack at you. Okay, a friend is saying, my referencing IT niya.
Joe
Anochi.
Oh,
can do one or say, Mena Meko. When you're mad, I
go back to NASA.
Aye. Oh, yeah, no, see what hand you over one deputies and
proceeding
on men train cry. And the William Kaya, not to say, why your hand over knows not their ma now call baby. Right.
It's a granting of myth.
All right.
My main cousin, Nipanami and Sanipa impressing me a John Abdullah Jirapo.
Okay.
Or no, impressing me.
And then the same minimum how I walk as an impression.
You say, you may be shown, sir. Also, to me, prove which me say you're on top of issues. Yeah. Okay. But be able to should be able to tell me what is going on there.
Right. Okay.
Or remind me 2001. Right, I was off Mafo. See, I do a year in the finance minister. No. But the first question was answered. What is the state of Ghana's economy? Now, TS off Mafo our time now. Offer just 5 minutes.
Okay.
And within 5 minutes, you know, painting the picture of Ghana's economy.
Right.
Actually, will be a man who say, "But be your manager, no."
And yet,
all right. It's the Anchesi approval no ana. The cover see a call epic.
Okay.
Because not economy in yet. So what John Jinaponra? What you say? Also medical can I say ministry be what agency was endorsed pa.
Yeah.
The other human in yet your ministry agency 1 pen. You 2. My agency say energy ministry. Obo agency and agro.
Yeah. 1.
Your National Petrol Authority NPA. Your GNPC. Your Petroleum Commission. Your Petroleum Hub. You just name them.
Top 4,
Boss 4, Electricity Company, Greco, Fiado, Power Authority, Northern Electricity Company. All these are agencies and departments under the ministry. It's all about so who dear. And what department agency be and if you listen to you and maybe able to be out to me who say yes, this is
on top of the issue, yes.
Let's say free ECG. Also, the Macana say ECG. Say almost my 100 cedis. It's going to be
60.
That be 47.
Okay. And no half, yes. And no half.
And no half a cry.
Yes.
And then route to me, Chile, Mammy, who say, I dear no, say, Parnet. almost an question say dear neighbor solve problem. Other than ma ubia prepaid meter. On said the issue in say ubia so can na wi.
Yeah.
It's another near ma ubia prepaid meter. And I try say you bought prepaid meter be 4 point something. Out of that no, it move say or say 2.5 or 3 point something enye juma.
More than half.
Enye juma.
Alright.
Enye juma yi. And at the end so kwa meter no so we den. O bre. Say nipa bebre a why omu fie wi omu pe meter kra omu ye den. Omunya. Yeah. It's one of the things on be ye den. On be ma private sector abem. Now wow do meter ba. Now omubo we are. Then they give you the number. Ubetim the day and they register ma wo. Say the phone number and the register there. Then you connect. You go say meter no bo no aye den no. Connection cry obey ya sa na onya bie no. E ma de no bo no cry den. Esa cost ro che say den ke ka senka wo akoto a ka ubetim aye den. It private sector on bebem. No betimi aboa me agigi ska no. Because sika no cry no a ECG for nya bosome bia no about 1.2 1.3 billion no omagege emu be 400 million is not coming to the cash waterfall mechanism.
All right.
Cash waterfall mechanism no for to be about all say ECG for this kind of the kotum na emranche say yentua private sector na independent power producers ne ka first itiom ka wi a na fi VR for
ajomode
Greco for ajomode all the intermediaries na
ECG for abejomo de
80 can you na ma so ye no mutube 1.2 eno kra na yesi ensun but na mo de bia 800 million akotum 400 aka no na ye dey yehunu.
Okay,
it will make a problem with ECG and what we can do to make sure say it can yan mo ton wa o metim de aba.
All right. But for yenhwe hono ECG for issue na yenhwe penyi baako en ni din ko meka Timothy Nyami.
Yeah.
Actually say abina nkasa ne politicians no are also part of the problem. Ti acquire self-inflicted. Na eno no kwan ben ni ye befa so a yebetime yi sanema we edi afriho.
Ka me be wi anka me ba ho.
Okay. Anyway.
On say ade ni nyina ne say Ghana ha. One of the sectors are say the market agencies no do so ntino. Nyanam wo pa no energy sector. In fact, all those kind of do no aye in dollars. And Honorable Vincent de Kwasifua or make allegation. Say crude oil no crude no much say fu and be ni hono aye kotono. The amount of money needed should be $70 million. But my inflation ko 90 million.
20 million bi abeka ho.
Ono na eka ho.
Anyway.
Eti said the ade na tie no. Se me bana me se ade na nye me be ni yi a. Se me terminate contract se bia me de obi foforo obema beboa pe. Na koye me party cronies.
Yeah.
Omo na ye de adwuma na ye den.
Ashom
nsa. Eti bibi omo ye bia no. Ebo no. Who say it's a cry day.
I hear cry na young Casasa, where her cry no more cry, Kwabena Kruma Casu, young senior pick a cram for
and to baby.
Okay.
Yeah, PDS, no okay.
Yeah.
PDS by near so much when I say. You see, ECG for access. By then, can you no more, Omotonwa, Omuntumin, and his canema, into ECG for the power no bema PDS for. Now, more quality scanner day. About Scassa and PDS about 1.2 billion cities. PDS a good. When him say that money is not accounted for. You will be a scanner then. A fire. Yeah. At the NDC for born people first was a one amok of PDS will buy it. It is a woman is share more. Come on, Maji Sika 1.2 billion qua. You will be a war. Yeah. And then open can say, see, I hear near the private sector neighbor more so party for no ad or monk for bed. And they baba yadiano. Yeah. The value chain in our sanity from the gas to the Jubilee oil field to 10 oil field in Yano. So maybe banana me award contract now. The award contract we call baby a be benefiting your party, no, and your government, no.
Only anymore, grow anymore.
It's at the end of the day, now you see a bedding. Yeah. I then the Kadaho. Now you see the Eslaba, Kietano, Nekano Kwa, Nekoso. You hand you more hand over 2.1. They say, I do say 3 billion. Remember, Sadi is in dollars. The dollar no cost rupees can be a becamo. Yeah. So I say, in the energy sector, no problem. Me hopa. And no question about Kumbusa noa. Na me pese nya emunchiri mu ye pa ye say. E ba say kania ye hia no. So me kai otimi chire mu ye peak demand. and they say install capacity and the eho HHM who say you were more than necessary install capacity or more than 5,000 megawatts installed. You see a peak demand about 4,001, 4,002. But the akana ye SS na use no. The fuel and the power. It is a unya dumsa. The SR yen say also wo fuel ho. Na fidie na wo use no ba akoko ofo. Na wa so de esi wa wo use no e de fuel ayen agum.
Yeso ni nyina mbom sa.
Already ne ye VR ye hydro no. The VR pon and afi bueno and the hydro and the cost ni cheap. And the gas air power the ho no. Ti say gas na se VR ni ba akoko ofo pe. E so do fuel good ye esi wonu mu bi mu. Na ebe soso. This is only fuel that's where you experience the and I referendum so.
Maybe now ebenye di fufuro. So pre. So
the question was ebra na Ghana ke say increase your install capacity no. And then ye dey adwin nyina ko tema.
Ya hwe other areas.
Exactly.
Yeah. You were solar or you were wind and as if for
I say the ministry, I know Ministry of Energy and Green
Transition.
Yes. Why green? What's the meaning of green transition? Green transition is
natural resources.
Energy and not the any fuel. Generate friends say green transition here there wind solar
environment
friendly green transition.
Okay.
It's then as a time na ye top plants ni bebre no at least the ye dey ban bi ho a ye move to solar and wind. We go keep 3 points your place bi ho a bit generate wind energy ho. Wind energy na turbines a udi si wa
e from na generate.
O South Africa here video be very interesting. Yeah. South Africa farm bi ho no mo a omo was a wind energy ni bi ho. Na ade ni si so water pump so. It from an fa no a air turning nyina na air pump isi no. Sansuo no de ye afuo no acha wacha asase no be nan a ye baabi a nantwie ni grezi baabi a wadua no bae baabi a watwa awi a nantwie no we hedi a ombe wu akọ very interesting. And then young develop solar energy more keodi so akotra north kakrada
matena hoda.
What is the situation there?
In fact enframa na ebo no kreshi enframa na ebo na ye home no ehye na ewia no timi bo pa tum se nwia bo sabi wo obi a obi a opon hene a obeteta na we se moja tata na eba ni nyina bogu kwa
ene so ko Germany a on say Europe ewia mo ho pizza German for your road car kwan a ye the solar panels ni bi na aye
akwan ni nyina no
e di car ndam so a generate fresh no na generate energy that energy no and na a light almost street lighting
right.
It the German car say the lighting get busa fit any bia.
No, there be more lights.
Almost street be any Germany lighting so.
Anyway,
they have lighted all their roofs. There's no need say our car no lighting ye gan ye beto obi ani. So the energy sector no problem e wo ho ne say yentimi anhwe that green transition no. Na say there be the thermal plant ni ade na fuel price in the bia fi bia e kosoro.
Oko China eno so mo ba bia the more amount for 90 hono na generate power. To say market no nipa bebre ko hono na. Nante so no na generate.
Yes, you are the northern part of Ghana. You don't need
abokwa. You don't need anything. Just over harvest it.
Our whole say abrofo no ambitious project bia. On pese ye northern part of Ghana they call Sahara Desert. Ghana kranka ho.
Sahara part no, yeah.
Omo be boss solar panel wo ho nyina.
Ma transmit yako.
No ma transmit yako. Sa hu fa so bi e wo so.
You see?
Wo nim fa so bi e wo wia na ebo wo.
You see?
O mamu so. But on you onim ti no, they have that ambitious plan. As ika that's what nya agro. But they know in the long term on beti saka no.
Yeah.
But ye ni solar ko ka solar ne boarding. E dey be fuel ne bo nya den.
Ne boarding na dey me na ne boarding che fuel. Dey na ne boarding che fuel.
So, it's solar no ye na ne boarding.
Yeah.
But there will be 25 years lifespan.
Yeah.
It in the long run no obeteka.
Yeah.
Environmentally friendly.
Yeah.
So, kajetia market siwe.
Kasunyina.
Be wi ase aduri.
Be sunyina o se kasunyina ya solar.
Yakoto nchense abeboso.
Yeah.
We brank the solar panel na boss so a ke be light the whole market obi entia light bill.
Obi hia say ye beko ye bedum light mpo ya na say ye beko electricity for na yakɔ ɛyɛ GR ana hwan for ne ho na direct your made
sika no kra de boss oro ke betimi ne solar company akoka normal boss ne de say sika na ka monthly amount wa omo modom ho tua so forever enka kaje tia ya so eti said the nra British Prime Minister Kessben or Kano or see AI technology eba no ma Britain for nka ekiri Ghana de yempani for na so mother because energy sector no see amfasa green energy na nwura
say om de account wo for ye hwe de om be yo
say da ben
ye be so aka wo mo
so it imagine say energy ne de o ya ade ne mo ye hwe kwan obefa so a obe solve problem no na dum so no emma na fe no e kan no ento aso
to manage dum so. Should we continue over?
Say until say you best solve problem we care that way. Because say IPP so say no the president here. Abai de omoka. Abai de ba koka 90 million. Ubi dey 100 million. Ubi dey 120 million. And they are threatening to shut down their plants. The entire omoka say dum so you manage. The ho ane no makasa ne aye den. Ya pone kakra de aye den. E dey amomo.
Na sa pilot.
I say school feeding
as a pilot why is scanner ba mo meje kakra
ya ko je kakra ti da bia na ka na bi wom so but it me clear arrears na nanka going forward no ye pebosia bi di ahyem kra na ye fanko the green energy aspect no
right
yo niam bi oni say what national grid so ye traffic light ni street light e say ni nyina ko solar so nanka be fie niam no a etwe more power no a
eno akọ national grid
so ko Singapore baby a residential how's the Ghana say ye to abomu baby a residential na industry so ho ko Singapore baby a residential bia no edura no passe ya omu nyina move ye yi omu free national grid no so no omu ko solar so
okay
because obia ko
adwuma and omom use lightning use bebre sa
eti omu ba nwumra a ba for be use appliances no fe na dia no omu to national grid no so can't we begin to do this segregation say ye be yi niam ni bia ko solar na ye mawia no gbo with the street light me ko krobi so am say bro ha o ma ye bi okrum ho a e bo so nketenkete edura nwumra na no
aso na de edura na pa na enu
adum
yeah.
These are some of the things I can see here, baby. So energy sector, no, that is a hot year, no, the end of the tour. No, one can petrol price on same baby. It's not be attention energy. So, but you can say, you can say energy minister, and young can yanko petrol now on a day.
Fango who doing
now on the hustle. Boss, some baby or kaya name there, Tema oil refinery, toll. I was a torn a refined crude oil no mine. You say Ghana tour from 2021 and yedmo.
Yeah.
Or see nipa was a yedmo hono, a 250. By your nipa 700 and a yedmo tour.
I'm right in yedmo.
Are you serious as
anyway? 700 out of 250.
And you might hear nipa 250 no, nipa 700 netting. Meanwhile, facility in your day because if you didn't own a tema catalytic cracker na I was say it me break it down heavy fruit crude oil now to me more petrol
or you the can free money
say a strategic investor or beba na ya value your assets and say no part of the share no the share day and ya round some say come and come and see plant we and ye refined petrol refined cuisine refined diesel, aviation fuel, a crabby biaba. Yeah, petrol na you no oil for a ponoso no. What was ye refine about crow? You didn't now call Norway.
No more refine it.
I also say, do you know by refining? No, we are byproducts in our idea.
Yeah.
Be too many a dear car.
In
our Sekia or refinery. Kagana and come on me a car quay, coffee job on air attached in a
from
common crabby to men in free baby ama.
Hey, you were quite true.
It's a Juma dear. You were quite sure the Juman be home. Yamra to force.
Yes.
The finance also on a chair, go Ghana's public pace.
Over 4 hours, right?
Ghana's public pace on a day. A travel. And now so to me, who the obey. Ama Oman and Jessica. Na baby and here pay income no. Also the pescabo on same day to miss when you.
Yeah.
But only be dear and yet. The upper soil you cry, correct, you hear Tiade, a corner dear. How young Sabra.
I tried you, Jenny.
I took BB for taxes. the obey free ho. But obesa osabe can say obey increase your tax payment from 13.2% GDP to 16
to 18.
What does it mean? It just say Ghana for to more.
You to revenue na say the payment officer for Dankasa.
You see, say revenue no be increase, but it could be in two ways. The kind of say a toy order dano. Ubetimi ya tutum kakra. Na ma revenue na kosro. And na say omo mun tue bino.
Obe expanded
the tax net.
Because it is all cast obe expanded the tax net to cover a lot of people.
Yes. That is the way to go. But baby about to me.
I didn't think one year days.
A political will. Political will only say,
and the money
there's no way we will escape payment of tax. Because what can you them brano? A dual rant on your mandatory.
Yeah.
It will better one son with the amount.
Yeah.
Now, a day I timi will be the boy condition will be a CSC, whatever war you will be the bay electricals, CCTV camera video, you know, be the bay. You try to cow structure to swing. You try to cow fee. The question is, did they pay their tax?
No.
So we see new site be now have buildings yes, yeah. And now when chance about long span here. Okonom be simetimawa omsube tuya 150,000 1.5 billion. The obebo POP, the obebo ceiling, the obeto ties, the obey plumbing work, the obey electrical work. You pay all of them. Na so see that now the pen to now church artisans when na sky utia ma omo na senka wo hwe tax utia as a worker. Na hwe the omo so ma je free wo ha omo ntua tax a utum se Ghana sika no wa ha.
That's right.
So Kwabena ye befa so a ye betimi tax wo mo. Se si a bibie ni wo hye obi a oyo onu ankasa dwuma so nkotua tax.
Yeah.
Ade ba ko anke betima ye ne se ye o social service bi wo ha wo assess wo Ghana ha ka se
provide
tax returns.
Okay.
One of them is free SHS.
Okay. Ntin ka obe odo ba be ko free SHS.
Exactly.
If I be kono now do tax returns
akwache
some your man
ba carpenter ni
mutua tax
afibia be koye asomasi adwuma obenti adwuma say ni no me tax me tua throughout the year ni no e dey no validate you asa na oba na free SHS me kwa akọ oba call public university what's the school fees out tua public university no enya the real school fees na utua wo
aban subsidize it. Yes,
the utua academic facility to fee na for akọ high dan
yeah
teachers a chere wade nyina na ba na tua omoka they are buying the tua omoka hewo it can say na oba benya kwan akọ say ye training college teacher training college university bia esen ka wo de tax returns here dey eka ho health insurance they say obi a dodo no a fine obi wa obi die but o yare ono a was ka be call hospital right e watua but dodo no a carpenter ni plumber mason tyler omunyina no obia nso eba access bi bia ono anase de baba yare hospital eno anso akoni health insurance card ama no but untua tax bia wo de dwuma wo ye ho se wo kofa contractor bi so mesiu da ma wo se ye edentia ana agrosan a sika o charge wo no wetima charge se mesi da we nyina ama wa meju 50,000 50,000 no obi ya ba adwuma the year ni nyina na katua nu 40,000 kra but month bia yete no sa contractor no de be abosumi nsia besi da na wie na waje 50,000 emu ba akokore nko abai house tax this year den hye bi ba ebe ma ne bi wa obetimi access o man ni mu a je se ukura o tax return that is the only way betuma capture o mo aba be ka ho on say identity ma abroche yes different say abroche mu ntua niema emfa physical cash say wa ba ye adwuma mamia na matem sika pudu si na me dey with the amount electronic payment credit card system the one say fast system no mo nko ade egbehu ene ho so ye chew say wo ye adwuma na ntua tax a wasam yesronko but Ghana had a say no okay tax officer no kra akọ access obi akọje tax no otimi ne ye den ekoye one next tax as otua no ay den no wachim no age faidi. I mean they do this to a lot of businessmen.
Well, Fanti, the question is that now say abana and adwin say opese oya. That means say there are certain institutions, there are certain enema also odi gu akwemu na timi a check sa nema we nyina.
Sanity. O say the American yes wo minimum. Atofo se busa na say no one ugina so kan e. Say nipa no bebre in theaters. Na say busa say e die na wo be ya. Wo be capture all those outside the tax net no. Omo yo omo ankasa dwuma ye ntue bi no. E die na nanke ehunu ne nhyehyɛ ya wo de ba. Nanke nya kwan ya de akritiki. What do you say? Because all by expanded the taxes. Ababianka. On to care on TV. See expanded taxes. Oh yeah, then why expanded taxes? No. Obekwa 19 new site. No akwa say hey, why they see that way? Is that what you are going to do? Sani be no. No. Why they say enye yi? By also the bibi ba e be chichiri nipa no. So, bibi ba say the mabubo so yi. Say ade bo ho obi access bi. Say nipa no say ya so okope government contractor. Who so okope government contractor? E so follow tax return. Okota asase a eso follow ta meboa land title registration ko we so follow time o monye mawo okota asase a o monye mawo so e de obi a o yes a neman bi anim say e say me tax de bibia dey but no private man no ye mason or ye plumber o mo ye sliding door ke odi o mo so o mo jiska papa so si abrosa ba akora say o me ye sliding doors and windows ma wa or the boat mu a wa bo say mood o mo nyina anim. A day now be here, a be force on say on also register. What will you do?
Well, I believe say aside time the authorities the minimum should start listing all those people, get them registered. Omu enya exactly where they are. Na afei omu ekwaye hu say asumesi sei enawoye. Enti ebase ye trackwa. Itimi attrack na de o se ye gifri ho ye gifri ho.
Ekwa be no be fa so a register.
Oh, sir,
voluntary na.
Enya voluntary. Enya voluntary. One thing betimi aye ne say now before I betimi aye bia o say uye some ukuta some certificate bi. So ukuta sa certificate na untimi enye.
And also another way say you certify
all of them
artisans.
Yes.
Jo kojo certificate na year bia o be renew.
Yes.
Now renew year na just all the tax return side dey. Aka
Yeah.
And also ho by no so benya quack people bia almost so be fast ankrofo no a omo any certificate no matter so amom ade tax ade be fa tax so na tie people find ways of what evading the tax so what the bape I say E-Levy buy I say obi esro E-Levy tie na obi send this car ono wan send free ni phone so what is kana come mobile money what merchant merchant in your send ya enjere ye ntini E-Levy so people are dodging ntini E-Levy amma omo anya ska omo pe no so the other way be obi fa kwa bi so dodge eti we
are but say ye ni year ye betimi aye
at least what capture be 80-70% kra no abrocha ye Kenya say salaman for ebedi tax but omo ani achieve unti bi da yes achieve wa bi da omo bi but ese percentage near dey ekosoro say da okay obi a we carpenter why ye bia no for certificate here dey ebra sa na e betimi kra ye said na okay ye hu say to be down so bosso o sensini nua ye ya obetimi inspector betimi abuza where is your certificate out there say adwuma and based on that another way so the America no say we ya brantie na say oba wo banko a de dey a obe pass it through the education system so and also obe call hospital the say okay ye this certificate no any be national health insurance any free SHS nyina bemu a you be capture do no a and to amaze you this guy betimi anya no because Ghana be adwuma for say enu 1 million about 700,000 nipa be 34 billion a million Ghana no working for say almost half of it emu abayin for emu 1 million kra and a private case lawyer 7 boatemo Kessben yes you afa kakra we mu so afa kakra you ma afa kakra of course obi afa eyi abosom adwuma oye bia no de ebeko but omo nkwanche ni nyina obi ono obi na testo ano bosom so a no ide all those people are not paying tax
of ensan hwe ekwan a ye fa so a ye boye mbra say ye person minor ekosra oko UK num oko other developed nations na ye hwe omusuon mo na said ye boy bra no enye sa no mbom de but ye na sabi o ye kwa akogye ade na free om ho no ye ba na ya bebo bra pompom fi na ya hihye ho na ye nhwe ho susu kakra
ohini bi na ka asem bi o say ubodwa sebroni na mra o mebo obosia or buy and her good dear pie, Google 9 on sa, who's a quay or 2 in Yano. And be now, okay. Yeah, come up with see a few on Omubo Brase. UK Prime Minister and America or co parliamenter, cars in it.
No.
Police car back up, they didn't him. And the blue light, no, is so. No, not what is saloon car move.
And you V8.
Yeah, free Jubilee House. Abba Independence Square, the Land Cruiser, and Eba. Kodi, how? How? Land Cruiser. Brony, and only Najuma. A cross country vehicle. The be a quite one, a quite yeno, and he uses our car. A bemum penny for ministers, no, you will be a Land Cruiser near Mount Saloon car. Edika walk room, Sikumasi and Ankraya. You're supposed to be driving the saloon car. But don't use a saloon, no. Or pack a saloon now, or to turn the tires in Accra hangi. The time no so, oh, can I say, not your bon ocean, and me they send an ad over corner, or can so my bemu new beer and toasted car. Etienne, Yakoba was a free on honor. Omo says he cano. Yakoba ba, yen find ye a dear here on mine a bemo mouthful in Edison for so. Na me kan hanra say fuel like kraba Ghana no about 50% na aban ministry department agency omudigu omo ekam. So the question is sanki etua oka and say wa to fuel a kadebo ho a onfa Land Cruiser no nyede enye be wo aka onfa nko wa na to fuel na sa wo bakuma ase na onim so obedu kuma ase obetumi ahan ka e de anante kra fan say aban ka ni ha. Kawbeka say drive into Land Cruiser and fanfa Accra Mra Kumasi. Now fly by plane bra. You don't do that. Yeah. So it is kind of yakwaje ba. Ye mfa nya de a ebebo man nyina. Ye wa ban mu no. Ye nya ho mfa so chen omanfo no. Ti da bia ye kwa ye beja ka no bia to. Aban bia ba no so bia dey. Abeka ho. That is the problem of the nation. Until so man no ye be patriotic. So ko Burkina Adamatori oba na anu amanfo obo mu nsemi. I say oh yeah captain the also nye rank kese wo military mu. But ubia obeye soldier penny immediately you promote yourself from captain to is it brigadier general or something like that, the last rank. Or so you captain. Or see what you head of state there but onyi mampani aketua. Na ketua no wage as captain no eno no obeje. And was slash ministers ni na so aketua so. Says I can't say Kenya or Momunya Day in Yusu. Now, the oil is the science key, agriculture mechanization. And Fidia, ye Juma. Machines a babuama Kujuma Tumpo because a honor assassin in nearly so say ha. It's idea on here and a plow. And if Fidia bad day, a bit me a Danny assassin any. And with Bagri Dam, no, they can do the farming. And within a short time, you bet when you're some penny phobia. Some man penny phobia or mere selfless. Ya on kasi a party, ya throw position at the answer time or by answer baby didi. Can we get those times yes so kind or since you only pan bar? Obo train as so.
On that no me papa. Yebia man no so mrebu kakra. Thank you on 599-933-0551 444-933 obetimi abaso na ensemi ya chawa he also do adwenkyere e de aba. Hello. Oh.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, your first opening. You mpacho maneso kakra ma modaroma.
Semina ni se. Oh, si am fa ni crazy. O se chimo japade na chem kwanfa so awunye japade no. Na you say utua the required tax on that earning. Tiokoba said, no far at Amos, which I'm very crazy. At Amos was a tax professor. He was a professor in taxation. In Tinanka saw Bois, Papa Mills, the late Royal. But said Mokaya, also, and political ambition, no, they don't change. And then look at the luxurious cars people are riding in. Kwabena first to me says come. Galamsey sika kesi. Are they paying the required tax? And he said, say you per se, so super widen tax net in the DR. And the baseline is declare your asset, show your sources of income, and let us see the tax liability.
All right.
That you paid on.
Thank you very much. I think say ono so so mboni din nti yemfa ne sa ono de no enso de ode abeboa dwumadi no. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, your first opening.
I have Yakubu Gaddafi Jama.
Yakubu mami too.
Baba. Go me di pa taxes no. The woman say you and I'm okay with teacher and I said you'll be a bad man, the taxes and baby I send direct. By the moon I empty. Just here you check quite before you chat as you a boy man with a
okay.
But yes, you have any pension pay.
Ni nyina ya hyehyeye enti nka wotua taxes no nanka ya hwe kwan ya fa so pension no so nka ye beti enti ni nyina ya hyehyeye enti se ya everyone na ya kotu so what you say.
Okay, and we na dia me papa do boa me but me da chi munyi ame me ba kokora na me mean timi nya pension pay but teacher is be dia na onya pension pay
so ono an sika on to say your private pension schemes wo ho no ma wa kra betimi register bi no waye what you say.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's CP, right. And the taxes no dey nyan dey ko your pension Mr. Or pension we ho no ma no so yete and no so to hwe na ko teacher ni pay slip so na hwe near my head the free so and yes of kuma right 0551 599 933 0551 599 933 0551 444 933. Hello. Hello. Good morning. Yeah, Frozen.
Morning, sir. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, like I get it through. Me did the coffee say me free England. Yeah, na me team. Na offer I think so yes submissions are very good. But me can be big to be me actually you tag to exam mobile say more expanding. There was a clear half. About me after more Kenya meeting with the man can card no electronic system so more person capture obia to Ghana learn about start here. That is the way forward. Okay. So the certificate back he will be bit my fraudulent certificate near but Ghana card is the solution. When you capture people on the system, no way they will evade tax. Which you know everything even before digital system that when I from the one who bar or this 16 year near the tax that means I call that TV both ever on a bit it's enough more deliberately about say young far away people school say and I Ghana card and effective. That's a capture via details. Oko hospital, then I Ghana card and the people who tax and now tax. Oko how they are not able to tax and now that. So that is the way forward. Capture people data on the system is the way forward. Right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think say on also submission the Ghana card no to him is one of the ways to go because I capture via details.
Ghana card be capture all details. But onye adwuma Ghana card hu.
Okay. And that is the issue. Okoye adwuma say okoye a so the Ghana card ko no say wo dey and na dey register adwuma. There will be data there that will capture all those things.
So the registration will be important.
Right. Anyway, hello.
Hello, Keodi.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Akomo here.
Nyame adumo na so e.
Yes, adum. But the man can no for kupiapia. Makupiapia e bet. Ba say ni memwa. Ni sai ni bona ba so pa. Kapu di
yo, mami to kapu.
Keodi. Tax ni de. Yen sa me duma no. Di betimi afia say de mo kan. Na Keodi se be ya. About the year Juma Maye. So if you say no, you know, you put them pounds when they say, you shop, you know, a pound on the way, high tension, see, and now babies are and you shop now. You crying. But they say, no, but high tension, yes, yeah, obey Juma, obi abasa o te n'animu ni wa so high pension animu no o ti dan a emeyo anka government property so eti ama o man mu tina ya ise baby abatina kura ya adwuma se wakosu adwuma wi a obatina adwuma ayi adwuma ayi problem so o tina ha we situ eti se boy tin number bata obi anzo wa adwuma eti mo hesa asem so wonka ene se kote na ti ba bia naka eti attack kaka eti da so man no
all right
I think say obatina ba bi so ya adwuma obi situ enso na o ye ho ha
Medasi, man pick the last one after yen sorry you were dealing so na midfield action Emra Emetwaso. Hello.
Good morning, Cody.
Patch your first opening.
The family dictation because it's common.
You moment opening.
Minister Musi and say. I might be a opposition. I would say you see bought a ban or so much. And so say on no bad power. Ono nanne o opening and I feel no for say they consider one year maybe home. They go on more or free school straight and no call a quiet forests. Who called by ground and as a college who made a paddy beer and can over. And so in answer, not by a big man. In money per business, meaning for baby, you know. I will end this thing. Oh, says a moment my car and some Kasiakasi. Says your almost position, can own possibly only a BB didn't. One more something, then, give me say, if you have me quick. Will be all more back, says your mother by me. Don't be a man, for the governing power. Then sure be I improve with young access. Then say a paddy hour. If she does in fear, will turn and feel to need a paddy hour. That means I bring. And Sana, so more can be beer. Let me work from the son. Young fear will say, I'm paddy, you can almost deal with. This is what we have more bush for and one bottom. One more can and Maracan change that two. I think them for so.
But I say, yet me for free for be a na ye breno aso. But my men corner me wish happy birthday, Stronko and Koma Abigail in Sia Bimpong. Also, may the Almighty God continue to bless and shine on you his blessings from your husband Isaac Bonsu and your kids. See, I can just say happy birthday. Over.
Meso birthday back who I mean for intrato na yen so every Kennedy Kwentry MPP kuma constituency on also see and have been the best Steven Dramana Junior. It happened Junior if Mr. and Mrs. Dramana ho anti root any Lucy ho. But when you say Los Angeles, you just share amount for no. A buy so ma ubia $770.
$770
US dollar. What about 11,400?
Wow.
114 million.
Obia.
Tax now, GG, you know. To the BBC.
You better open some man paying for nobody. Anyway, but I say, but then the Kwabena also Dankwah, Otiofa, Kofi, Apia, and Ka. If you appear say, Asari, Bediakon, and Odi Jumediano, I should say, ya de Abraham Sabre de, say, Joe Laka. And the sports crew, Barber Transit, now on the midfield action at Twaso Amay. Yamea Duma or the Adum Dumi Repem will be signing at Yanka, Yakramo, and Ne Anopay. Bye bye.
We'll be right back. Gotta pay some bills.
Hey, Bema, she said your levels don't change. Freshness ne kunsano. Bema, me huama mania che. Hey, send unemployment and my young Bema. Aze,